A responsible owner is someone who checks in with a professional dog trainer or behaviourist at least once a year, who brings their dog to a vet at least once a year, and somebody that just fundamentally understands the behaviour of their dog.
Okay, so we had an issue with barking, particularly at night, because we had got to a point where we were actually seriously wondering, are we going to be able to keep this dog? And in as much as we loved her and do love her, you have to be aware that there's other people live in the apartment block, and having no sleep for a year is no fun for anybody. So, you know, we really didn't want to not keep her, but at the same time, you know, you have to be practical. Yeah. Since I got in contact with the Dog Internet of Things, I suppose the biggest insight I had is that it's quite easy to train a dog if you take the time and take professional advice. It's not that difficult to teach Roxy what's acceptable and what isn't. I mean, she's always going to be a working dog, an excitable dog, and that's fine. But that doesn't mean that she can't be controlled for her own safety, for everybody's comfort. So, you know, by contacting the Dog Internet of Things, which I would never have dreamed of doing, I think it's only 2 months ago since we spoke, and life with Roxy has got so much easier, and easier for her, and she knows her place better. Now, I do think that it's nearly always the human and not the dog, and that was a big insight, and I probably wouldn't have realised that, you know, until we spoke. And now, the more that I learn about how to train Roxy, the easier it is for her. And the more fun, obviously, it is for everybody. Well, my relationship with Roxy has always been one of pure adoration on both sides, but that wasn't always practical. So my relationship with her now is a lot calmer. You know, we get a night's sleep 8 nights out of 10. We're definitely making progress. She's easier. I'm more confident bringing her places that I wouldn't have been before. We had issues with getting her back on the lead. We had issues with getting her back into the car. And I brought her down to the park a year ago, that I brought her initially before I was going to talk with you today, where it took me an hour and a half to get her back into the car a year ago. Really, it was torture. And I brought her down the day before yesterday, no problem whatsoever. She even stood for me to put the lead on. Now, that doesn't happen all the time, but it never happened when we got her first. So by contacting the Dog Internet of Things, we got simple advice, we got practical advice, but most of all, we got advice that works for her, you know, because she depends on us to manage her and to take care of her. So it really has made life a lot easier. And I think we've some way to go yet on both sides. It's a learning for both of us. Absolutely not. I'd have no hesitation in getting in touch with a dog trainer whatsoever. I mean, why would you not? If you have a toothache, you contact a dentist. It's no different in my eyes now. That if you need help with a dog, particularly a dog that you love or a dog that's smart, you just pick up the phone, you can make a call, you know, it's easy, it's accessible. They listen to you, which is really important. Try and understand, you know, they try and understand what exactly is the issue with the dog. And when I spoke to the Dog Internet of Things, they'd never met me or the dog. So that was a really big insight, that I could access information so easily, and that worked. I was able to access the information while I was doing my shopping in Tesco's on the mobile phone. So that was really good.
Yeah, the dream is in a few years' time to have everybody that comes in here, everybody being a legitimate, responsible dog owner. You know, I think it's going to change everything.